Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at DATADOG stock. Now this is a stock I have talked about in the past, and I really like trading this company because they have a lot of volatility and a lot of movement. Now in the past week they reported earnings and they did not do very well. They got beat down after their earnings call, and even though they reported better than expected numbers, they were still beat down. And the reason for that beatdown came largely because of some declining revenue, which is not good for this sector and especially for a growing company like DATADOG. So investors really did not like that, and they're now selling out of their position. Anybody who was in profits is really taking profits right now, taking their position off the table just to make sure they don't lose money. And honestly, it was a great idea because the stock has been tanking over the last few weeks. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering whether or not this stock will ever recover back to levels above $100 or even to its all-time highs around 115. And that's a great question, but I think we first need to look at when the stock might stop selling off and what points of support does the stock have in the short run and long run. So just to start off, I'm going to be taking a look at some technical analysis. Now, all the technical analysis I do is from TradingView.com, and you can join the platform completely free with the link down in the description and help out the channel. So if you do check that out here, we are on TradingView.com, and these are some key levels that I've mapped out for DATADOG over the last few weeks that have shown themselves as key points of support or resistance. And you can see that DATADOG is a company that wasn't worth very much before the economic downturn, but has since then rocketed up and become one of these growth stocks like CRM, like other cloud stocks that are really taking over the market right now. But unfortunately, they've been having a hard time since their earnings. So the first thing I want to take a look at is this period of consolidation here. This was after their first big run, and they consolidated between $92 and $83. So these are going to be the most important levels for me, where traders really think, okay, this stock either needs to pause after a run, or potentially this is a fair price to trade the stock in back and forth. So what that really says to me is that the stock has a large resistance around $93 and a large support around 83, which you can see is where the price is sitting at right now. Now, you'll notice I don't have any indicators such as RSI or MACD open on the chart, and I do that on purpose because a lot of people like to rely on the RSI to give them an indication of when a stock might reverse and be finding direction. However, do you think the RSI did not also tell people to buy at this moment? And if you would have bought and held, unfortunately, you'd be looking at a sell-off. So we need to really identify a moment where the stock is going to have a clear bottom, and I think that's going to be either at this $83 level, which we previously tested and confirmed when the stock was originally having some great price momentum, or this $73 level, which was immediately following the consolidation period, what levels were tested. And you can see that the stock made a strong double bottom around this price, which is always a good sign of support. So that's what I'm really looking for in the future with DATADOG. Now, if I had to make a crazy accurate prediction, a scary prediction for the future of the stock, I would say they're going to do the same exact thing they did here, but over here. So what do I mean by that? I think they're going to sell off to 75 on a 1 day. So if you're looking at the hourly chart, that will probably look like a very melted red candle where they do come down to 75 or even a little bit below, but then immediately get back up. And I think that they're going to be sitting around an $80 price range for a very long time. So like over here, it happened. It took around 2 weeks, 3 weeks to leave this price range around $80. I think it will happen the same way again here. So we would be expecting them to be out of this $80 price range around January or February actually of next year. I think a lot of stocks are going to move as a result of this election and as a result of the ending of the volatility that we've actually been a part of for the last few days. But I still think that this stock has room to sell off as a result of the negative earnings and as a result of how many investors have fled this stock over the last few days. So if you are in with puts on this company, congratulations. You've probably made a killing, a great return from that investment, but now it's time to look at some upside on this company. So like I said, I'm really watching levels around $83 And if that breaks, then I'm watching the second level around 75, which I think ultimately will be the biggest support for this company. And I think we're going to see a large bounce off the 75 on the first day that it touches, like I said, but soon after we'll be trading between 75 and 83 for a considerable amount of time, 1 or 2 weeks. And then that's when I think the stock will be able to come back into the upwards direction and really start looking for some new levels as a result of maybe some renewed trading, some new investors coming into the company, and some less uncertainty on the market as a whole. So I think this will be a great swing trade. I will probably look to buy some calls with a long-term expiration, maybe 2 to 3 months. I don't usually do that, but I think this is going to be a great swing position as I love the industry that this company is in. They did report better earnings than expected, and so it's really crazy to think that a company could sell off with better earnings. Unfortunately, that's the market we are in right now. It was worse than expected, even though it was better than what the market was literally expecting. So it's a little confusing what's happening, but that's why it's going to be very important for us to know where the support and resistances are on the company so we can keep a close eye out, and so you can know as an investor when the best time to come in on a trade may be. So like I said, I'm watching very closely the $93 level as basically a sign that we are back in the upwards direction and growing as a company. I'm looking for this 83 to show us basically where the bottom is. If it continues below 83 in tomorrow or Friday's trading, then I'll be watching for 75. If 75 does manage to hold, like I think it will, I think this will ultimately be the bottom minimum price for the stock over the next few weeks. Then I'm looking for potentially a week or two of sideways trading, of consolidation, and then a large move to the upside as traders start to head back into this company and stock. So if you haven't heard about this stock yet, it's a great opportunity. Whether you're betting upwards or downwards on the company, calls or puts, there is a lot of money to be made, especially when the market is so stagnant and still like it is today and over the last few days. It's going to be key to have one of these stocks in your back pocket that you can look to on a daily basis to find some great trades and some great volatility. So just keep a close eye out on this stock, guys. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe the video. Thank you guys so much for the support. We are finally over 1,000 subscribers. That is honestly awesome news. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe the video. I hope all your trades are in the green.